Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to episode 3 of Stronger Together, my series here on FM21 with the mighty Tame Valley. The Valley boys are back and thank you as always for tuning in. Hopefully you're going to smash the like button, maybe even subscribe if you're new, and you can always become a patron. Really help me out, help my channel out, supportive. That's brilliant, and you have been amazingly supportive. We've sold 4 times as many shirts as I thought I was going to sell. Like I said, any money I make per shirt is going straight to the charity Evolving Mindset, great mental health organisation. So I'm absolutely buzzing with that. Now they were gonna end at the end of December, but the company themselves have said I've done that well. We're gonna run it till January. So if you want a shirt and you haven't got one yet, you need to get it ordered, especially at the beginning of January, because it will end at some point in Jan. And they do take about 2 weeks to come as well, because they're quite busy with other creators, other teams, and it's Christmas. But yeah, I've got a picture of one. They've sent me it. Hopefully mine should be coming tomorrow. I'm so excited. But yeah, thank you for the support with the shirts. That's been absolutely amazing. Now, massive episode today. As you know, it's Derby Day. We're going to be playing Denton Town. They're like our arch rival. They're the complete opposite of us. They're backed by a sugar daddy. They've got a bit of money. They've got some good young players, my 2 sons. Whereas we, different model. We're fan owned. You know, we've got our own players, but yeah, it's going to be a challenge. And I think you maybe thought I was going to clean sweep this league. You might have been wrong. Now, let's start here with the beautiful Chanel. She is our head physio. Now, I have changed the name because I spelled it wrong, so everyone just calls her Chanel. Now, we haven't got that many injuries, but every time I walk past her office, there's about 7 lads all queuing. I saw Dougie Black, Carl Martin, Ben Valentine, Sebastian Bach, Johnny Griffiths, all with groin strains. Yeah, she's great at her job, but the lads need to get a grip of themselves because she's not going to get a grip of them. Right, let's get through things because there's stuff I want to talk about quickly. So, this is the Builder Base FA Trophy, and we won 6-0. Easy peasy. In the 4th round, we faced the Metropolitan Police Force. Bunch of coppers. Yeah, a few of my lads were a bit worried. Some of them didn't actually turn up. Dodgy bastards. Probably didn't tax the cars. So when it comes to the FA Cup, we're going to look at it in one group because, like I said, I want to talk about a few things. So we're into the 4th round, but we've had Harlow, we beat them 2-0. We drew with White Hawk, which I thought would be tough, and it was, but we went to their place and beat them. I think Sebastian Bach and CP got the goals. And then we played Darlington and got that was a Brian Kane hat-trick, beating Darlington. And now we're in the 4th round of the FA Cup. And we're either going to get Atherton Collieries or Wrexham. Wrexham, who don't have their famous Hollywood owners. If I'd known that, I'd have changed that in the editor before I started. Now then, when I first started, I asked if I could do my coaching badges or what, try and get through it as quick as possible. And they said no. But recently they've said yes. So I am now off studying for my National B licence. I think they do ask you, don't they? Do you reckon you can do it? Have you left enough people behind to do the training? I'm like, trust me, I am shit at coaching. I am not here to coach players. Have you seen my attributes? They poo. Now, this is my director of football, Kane Parker. He's not really doing a director of football job, though, at the minute. I haven't got youth managers. So I've got Kane Parker. He's being the manager and doing all the tactics and so on for the under-23s. And then my head of youth, Mitchell, who is now known as the Salmon FM, he's doing the under-18s. He's their manager. And Kane isn't doing a bad job for the under-23s. Actually top of the league by 6 points. FC United up there, Denton Town are 2. So obviously a lot of the lads in the first team will be playing here and helping out. A lot of lads probably jump up from the under-18s too. Not only that, hopefully Salmon can win the league with his under-18s as well. Like I said, I'm going to feature him. Hopefully we'll have an interview with our head of youth after the youth intake in the next episode. But yeah, they're both doing a great job. Now it's up to me. Now you're going to be able to see where we are in the league anyway, looking at the top right there, because I have to show you this like this. I'm not going to show you individual games. Now we started off really well, didn't we? Scoring 10, but we let in 5. Then we played Bamber Bridge in the last live comp, as you know. But it's not been as easy as you think. We have dropped silly points, but I mean, if you just pause it a second and have a look at the dates, there are times when I am having a game, a day off, a game, a day off, a game, a day off. Because the league started so late, because we're in the FA Cup, we're in the Builder Base, there's so many games anyway, it's squashing it all in, and it takes its toll. So I don't know how other teams are coping, because I've got a good sized squad, but a lot of guys are getting a game. A lot of guys. I'll show you the squad in a bit. But we've been getting beat off teams. We shouldn't have been getting beat off the board. We're getting a bit pissed off with me. Don't get me wrong, we've had really good runs. Now, even though that's really good, that game, were like, I'll be honest with you, even when we started dropping points again, it was like feeling like a chore. Every game, you might have done this yourself, you're going into, it's like you're throwing the kitchen sink at him, you're going very attacking, you're making changes, you're trying to chase them points. Every game felt like an absolute chore, a battle, which is good, but I want to be playing good. I want to do better. So when it came after that draw against Scarborough, I just thought to myself, I need to tweak it. I've got to bite the bullet. This tactics, I've not touched it since I've started. Let's have a play around with it, see what we can do. Trained on it a few days. 6-0, 1-0, 3-0, 3-0, and we let a goal in the FA 4th. So of course I called the first one TVFC.1 basically. And you can see all the bits and bats. They're playing a high tempo. We had overlapping on my fullbacks. Really direct, distributing to the flanks. Out of possession, just be more urgent. So I've changed it up. So we're hitting early crosses now. I've sacked off overlapping. We're just getting on the wings. Distributing it to the fullbacks, who can then get it to the wingers maybe as well. Counter-attacking. And then when we lose the ball, we're just regrouping, getting our shape back. And that has made a huge difference. I mean, I don't even know why I didn't do that originally. They all just get back, get into the shape. And we've defended like an absolute unit ever since. I've dropped the defensive line back a touch. And we tight marking as well. So it has made a massive difference. Now we are with the first team squad. And they're doing all right. Brian Kane is the top dog. 22 goals. He's a bit of a star. I don't know how long he's going to stay with us. Someone will want him eventually. The unflushable, great right winger. Scoring goals. We've got Martin Smith at centre half. He's been great. Josh Graham, who is my backup right winger, he's still playing because he's like the third choice winger. So when I want lads go off, especially CP, who does struggle with his fitness, I'll just stick Josh on the left and he does a good job. What I want to do is really show you the team out, because I don't want to buy players for the next couple of seasons. I'd like to go through non-league completely without buying a player. If we lose someone because a big team comes in, I want that next man up mentality where it's, we're not going to the transfer market, look at the youth teams, let's promote someone and develop them. Until we get to the Football League, we have to maybe start buying. I want to save all our money for the training facilities. And that's what I want to do, the complete opposite of Denton Villa, who've got a sugar daddy owner and just spending lots of money. I want to do it a different way, it's more fun. So what I'm going to do is, this episode, I want to show you my first team 11, I think the best 11 now. Next episode, I'll show you the next one, and then maybe after that, I'll show you the young team as well. And then you're going to have seen them all, have a rough idea going forward, and we'll see what we can do with them, right? So, Lee Greenshields, you've been looking at him for 10 minutes, very professional, bit of a Billy Big Balls because he's a Gibraltar international, thinks he's a superstar. You might hear from him in a future episode. Joey Page, very good friend of mine, very good player, attacking fullback, he's a wing back. He's got beautifully long hair. I mean, the guy in the takes ages in the shower, conditioning, all that crap. But do you know what? He can do what he wants because he's a very, very good young player. And again, he's professional. And like I said, all I did when I made these guys was give him a current ability of about 50. Some had 60. And then potential abilities ranging from -6 to -5. That's it. Everything else, the computer filled in the gaps. At left back, it's Carl Martin. He is Danish. He's 20. He's playing for the 21s. Could have a good future, you know. I mean, he's not the quickest, but he could have a big future as well. A lot of these guys are never going to, they're either going to want to leave or they'll get took off me and they'll be taken out of my hands. At centre half, we have the central defender, Matt Dunster. He is 20, he is English, and he is really good. He feels like he's really fleshing out quick. Again, another player we're going to be hard to keep hold of because, you know, if we get promoted running the Vanarama North, then we've got to get to the Vanarama National. We're a couple of leagues away from the Football League, and a lot of these lads are going to want to go. Now, this time, I'm going to show you Martin Smith, but Martin Smith and Adam Berry are sharing a lot of the games. I'll show you Berry, though, in the next one. Berry's come in and done a very good job for me, but Martin Smith's just edging him a little bit at the minute. In defensive midfield, the number one man at the minute is Sebastian Bach. Pretty fit lad, can tackle, got a good first touch, can't really pass, but I don't want him to do that. I want him to get that ball, win it, give it to guys who can do something with it. And one of those guys is Ben Valentine. Love his name, and he is a very good little player. He needs to work on his physicals, but he's a young lad. He's got loads of potential, can pass that ball beautifully. Ben has put in some of the most beautiful curved, long ball / vision passes I've ever seen that Brian's just run onto and finished. So now his main partner in crime is Daryl Motion. I like to call him. I pretend he's French. I'm Mochion. Dan was also one of the people that's given me a copy of FM21 for you to win. So yeah, should all thank him in the comments. On the right wing, mainly it's been the Unflushable. He is a YouTuber. You will find a link to his channel on my main page, on my suggested channels. Great guy, massive support to me. I love him to bits. He says he's a teacher and he don't want people to see his face or know his real name because he swears on YouTube, but I think he works for MI5 in real life. On the left, it's CP. That's what he calls himself on my Patreon and in the comments, but I spelled his name wrong. I put Christian Peters on here and his actual name is Christian Peter, but he's a legend. He watches everything I do, lives out in Dubai. He's just ordered a shirt because I got his confirmation through. Hopefully he gets to play for Switzerland one day. Now, he's a good player, but he does have the odd fitness lapse. And then up front and finishing it off for this episode with the squad review, we've got Brian Kane. Very good young player, probably going to get interest from the Mighty Rangers at some point, or maybe Motherwell, someone like that. But he's good finisher. Now, I also realised I never showed you the bookies odds, and I've always done this. I always like to show you at the start of the season. It hasn't really changed. We've never been the favourites. We are second favourites behind Denton Town. But when the season started, we had nobody in the media dream team 11. Now we have Green Shields in, Martin and Dunster, and Mochion. Sorry, Daryl. I love saying Mochion is in the middle there. One of my boys has made the team, which is pretty cool. You can see my sons over there. I had to do it. But obviously today we're coming up against Denton Town, managed by my old friend Carl Lord, who was in the press recently saying that we're favourites to go down. That is just pure banter, mate. I just ignored it because in the past I used to kick off on this game, and I always found that when I kicked off and you know, bit basically, we'd lose. So I just ignored it. Favourites to go down, Kyle. Get a grip. But I can't wait for this because they are a very good team, and that's the reason why they are top of the league, 4 points clear of us. Only lost 1, drawn 5. We've lost 3, drawn 4. Brian Kane's only the 3rd leading goal scorer in the league. So, you know, we're not the most unbelievable team ever, even though we've got the best player in the Unflushable, MI5 agent 008, whatever his name is. So I'm happy. Look at Joshy. Josh, my cousin, over there, second in the assist charts. But it's tough. Look at Lancaster FC United. Now, we just played FC United. I was going into that like shit, but we came out of it on top. Good game, to be fair. And we'll see what happens today because he plays very narrow, or he has been doing. We'll see what he does against me. So maybe we can get down in wings and do something, and maybe he's going to punch me right down the middle. But one of my lads is a winger, so I don't know how much game time he actually gets. Whereas, I think, is it Jackson? No, Jackson's a striker. No, Jackson's a winger, but he's playing as a striker. No idea where Fletcher is. So yeah, I've been waiting to play this for ages. Can't even wait. So let's get into it. Now, welcome to the team sheets. Now, I'm also noticing, because I'm playing at a lot lower level, that the crapper teams you go to, they have a really shit changing room. Some of them. I mean, ours is pretty standard. It's average, isn't it? I'm assuming it gets better. I'm pretty sure it gets better if you go higher up the leagues. But I do love how everyone's names on it. Like you see Bavara's there, and Kane and CP and the Unflushable. Absolutely love it. I don't know why. So we're kicking off. Absolutely buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. Hopefully we don't get our asses kicked. We play some good football and we're starting off quite well. Here's CP. Corner ball. I imagine because it's a rivalry. It's a Tame side derby. I set it up as an official derby. The place looks pretty full, doesn't it? But I wanted a good rival. I wanted a rival that could match us because I don't trust this game. Even though it's supposed to create rivalries, I've never seen that happen. So, you know, we're a new team. We didn't have any actual rivals. I wanted someone we could go against over time that might actually grow with us through the leagues. And when I was doing any testing for this database, they got into the Football League, and Tame Valley never did. I think the highest I ever saw Tame Valley get was the National, just, you know, one below League 2. My wife's friend's husband is one of the chair people on the Cheshire Football League, where Denton and all them play. And Robert Malloy got in touch with him, and that is at amateur level. You can't pay your players at amateur level, and they've gone 1-0 up. My son Fletcher, you little shit, you're getting no spends this weekend, mate. Okay, I've demanded more. Anyway, he got in touch with him and said, well, how can I want to get better players and I want to grow the club. So what he's doing is he's paying players. They can pay players for like fuel and food. He's just like triple, quadrupling paying them. So you come play for us, you know, if your fuel's a tenner, I'll give you 100 quid. That kind of thing. That's what I've heard. Anyway, so I went half an hour with him. We're 1-0 down. They're a dangerous team. Then the worry with this is, though, and where we might have messed up, by adding a good threat in this league in Denton Town is my board want me to go up by winning the league at a minimum. I mean, so if we go through the playoffs, it might just save me job. All my youth managers are winning the leagues. Do you know what I mean? And no one else can seem to take points off these boys, really. Go on and flush, get in! Be unflushable! My assistant, I always look what my assistant wants me to pick and then I adjust it. I don't want me to start the unflushable because I think he's coming back. Not from an injury, but he's just trying to gain his sharpness. But he's been on. Oh! Well, there you go. It's half time and it's 1-1. I think we've been the better team. Look like got better XG, more chances, more of the ball, better possession. Here we go. Second half's kicking off. Like I said, shirts will go off sale by the end of January. Anyone who's ordered now will probably get them mid-January. They wait till they get a certain amount and then they make them. Like I said, mine comes tomorrow. It looks really good. To be fair, they've even got the words in the collar that I wanted that say "Stronger Together." So I'm buzzing with that. Hopefully you all like them. It's all like a full print. I mean, Dr. Benj is using the same company. I think Fox in the Box has used the same company. Omega Luke has used the same company. And it's good stuff. Look at Kane, he was taking the world on them. Poor finish. Here's Fletch. Coming down the left-hand side. Pass it inside to FM Kits. Forgot they've got him and all, haven't they? FM Kits. Jamie, FM Kits. Found a link to him in the description. He's the designer of everything Tame Valley. Great guy. He's got a shirt as well coming. The only bad thing about him is he's a Leeds fan. So I bet he really enjoyed getting beat 6-2 by the mighty Man United. Scott McTominay. Look at that pass from unflushable. He's found Kane. Kane can't finish. We're doing all right here. Got about half an hour to go. I've got subs on the bench. Oh, but I've also got unflushable on the pitch. James Bond himself. Hey? Come on. TVFC, the only place I wanna be. Jumping in the stands with my family, singing songs about the boys from the valley. TVFC, the only place I wanna be. Jumping in the stands with my family, singing songs about the boys from the valley. If you can add a verse to that, feel free. Oh! Right, I've made 3 changes. Bavara's come on, Josh has come on the left and Lee Massa's up top. Hopefully we can hang on here. I don't want to say anything. I'm still not 100% confident with shout-outs. The unflushable, easily man of the match is Joey Page. What's he going to do with it? Oh, good pass from Joey. Good finish. Lee Masters. Told you, Lee. You score me goals, mate. Well, there we go. I'll be honest with you. I thought it'd be a battle, especially at the beginning, the way they started and scored. I was a bit worried, but we need them to drop points, so we need to be beating them. So that's the first derby of the season. We've got the points, and we catch them up by 3. We're still 1 point behind us, but this makes it interesting, doesn't it? Lancaster only 3 points behind us, so it's a lot more exciting than I thought most of you probably thought it was going to be, and it's more exciting for me to play. I really, really enjoy it. So I'm going to be honest, I mean, there's so much football to play. I don't know what we're going to do. Are we going to have a FA Trophy final? How far do we get in the FA Cup? What's going on in the league? We're coming up in the playoffs. Well, there you go. That is the end of episode 3. Hopefully you enjoyed that massively. I did. It was always great to win a derby. So if you did enjoy it, smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new. And if you really want to help me out, you can pledge to my Patreon. You find a link to that. And everything else you need involving the series down below in the description. Also, make sure you tune in for episode 4 because I will be revealing the 2 winners of the FM21s. That video will be out on Christmas Eve, day before Christmas. So 2 of you who've entered, better play a bit of Football Manager on Christmas Day. You might even start up a Tame Valley save. You could be Denton Town, have a bit of fun. Anyway, thank you as always for sitting here with me and supporting me. Really do appreciate it. Thank you to all you guys again who've bought a shirt. To all you guys who want to buy a shirt. You're doing your bit for mental health. Really do appreciate that. So that's awesome. So anyway, I'm Bood. I'll see you on Christmas Eve for episode 4.